just got bruised. No, seriously, I'm not kidding. You guys remember Doge? Well, one of the employees, Edward Korestein, went by the username Big Balls on LinkedIn. About a week ago in Washington, D.C., a group of about a dozen people approached Big Balls and his girlfriend to steal their car. Big Balls pushed his girlfriend into the car so that she could escape and then stayed behind to face the attackers alone. They beat him, gave him a concussion, and stole his iPhone. He sure did earn his name that day. 2 days later, Trump posted about the incident and said if DC officials don't straighten their act out, he'd have no choice but to take federal control of the city. Today, Trump announced he's putting DC's police department under federal control and deploying the National Guard to combat lawlessness in the city. So, is this justified? The left says this is just a power grab. DC's mayor says violent crime hit a 30-year low in 2024. But guess what? For over a decade, violent crime's been rising. And in 2023, it surged nearly 40%. This is the capital of the United States of America. It's supposed to be the crown jewel of the country. I went to DC in January. No offense, but it's a dump. A few beautiful buildings in a wasteland of homelessness and decay. It's embarrassing. The crime rate has gone lower thanks to the work of DC PD, but it's been too high for decades. Even in 2012, when DC was the safest in the modern era, the crime rate was still 3 times the national average. But you know what? I think we've gotten used to degeneracy and decay because it's been happening so long in America's cities, and people just accept it. I just went to Tokyo. They have twice New York City's population, and yet women walk alone at night, kids walk themselves to school, and the streets are spotless. So rather than complaining about Trump taking over DC, why aren't we complaining about the pathetic state we've accepted in American cities? And if Trump is a fascist who's trying to take over cities, why is the military being withdrawn from LA now that the ICE riots have ended? Look, I'm tired of our cities being dirty, smelly, and unsafe. And if Big Balls is willing to put himself between a woman and a dozen attackers, then maybe our leaders should have the balls to fix our cities too. Now, I bet you didn't know a lot of what I covered in this video, and that's why I started my Substack. I give you...
All right. Slim, what did you think about what Kaizen said?
He was on point. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, whatever we got to do to reduce the crime, whatever we got to do to fix the country, that's what this man is doing. So salute to it, man. Salute.
Doc, I saw you ask your cousin about them living out there. So do you think it's a big problem in DC?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like, I mean, I think for a number of years, the police department in DC, I don't know what the issues are, if they're undermanned, if they underfunded or whatever, but I think they haven't been doing a great job with the violence and the homelessness and the things going on in the city of DC. My cousin, he parked, somebody borrowed his car one time and parked it, and they broke the window out the back, went in there and stole all this stuff. I mean, but that's just regular stuff that happens in big cities. But I mean, I just don't. I don't know what him taking it over would do. I mean, besides give him another thing that's on his plate, I would feel like he has enough things on his plate than to be worried about, just that one city. But maybe you got to start it, make an example somewhere. So, good luck.
Ken, is this the beginning of martial law?
It could be, but I think when we're talking about like crime and shit, you gotta lift up the hood. Like, crime is an economy. You know what I'm saying? Like, doctors get paid more hours when people come in on stretchers. When firemen are working overtime from arsons, nurses are getting paid from stapling people up. When it's chaos, people are getting paid off that. So there's always going to be agitators on the inside to make sure the crime is going on. We know police put dope in the streets. We know that police put guns on the streets. We know the CIA deals drugs. We know this, right? So it doesn't matter what these optics look like. This stuff will never stop because people make money off the dysfunction. It's an economy. It's an ecosystem, and it's not the poor's responsibility to fix this when this is happening because of the top. All the stuff that's happening at the bottom is because people in positions of power are making it happen. So I can't expect righteousness from the poor when the government is not righteous.
Makes sense. I'm gonna play what he actually said, and then I'm gonna let you respond.
It's going to be a big thing. We're going to Russia. That's going to be a big deal. What happens, happens. I'll let you know what happens. You'll be the first to know. I'll be calling the European leaders. I'm going with totally. I mean, we have a lot of talks. They're great people. They're great leaders, actually, and they want to get back. Honestly, as one of them said, I've OD'd on trying to settle Ukraine. They've OD'd, meaning they've overdosed on the settlement of Ukraine.
That was a wrong clip, but I just let it play. Trump accidentally called Alaska Russia. But Heaven, what you think about DC?
You just got me all kinds of confused. About DC?
Yeah.
That's unacceptable for any American troops to be deployed on American soil against American citizens. If they need to move the funding from, I don't know, ICE and give it to the DC Police Department because they're understaffed, then that's what they need to do. A real leader doesn't say, I'm going to come in by force and I'm going to bring the military and that's not what a leader does. A real leader takes action and says, okay, what are the real root causes of the crime rate, for example? People aren't making enough money. They don't have food. They don't have things that they need. They can't even get things that they want. They can't even get things. If they do get things, it's most likely things to numb the pain of what they're going through, because poverty is painful. And it's expensive to be poor. So there's gonna be crime. But if you are in a position of power and leadership, you don't need to do all that. And it's illegal.
I think it's an upside though that he wants to like be proactive. So I will give him credit for that. I think he wants to be proactive. But I think the downside is he's not going to be president for.
How is that proactive though?
Nobody else has done anything. The mayor of DC was smoking crack when I was a child. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I lived in DC
Mary was smoking
there.
crack on camera at one point in DC. So I know DC has been out of hand for a while.
Whose fault was the crack epidemic?
The mayor. He the mayor. He shouldn't be smoking crack. Now, I ain't giving that on nobody but him. He wasn't in the hood.
This was what else? Go ahead, my bad.
No, I just think I think he should have had his peoples though in his cabinet meet with the police, see if it was anything that he could have assisted them in and moved them into a better system for them to still do the policing rather than him stepping in. I think that would be a bad idea. Just going forward, if he try to go forward.
Just like to say one thing.
I want to put this comment.
The LA real quick. The LA protests haven't stopped. They have 24-hour protests still now currently. They're just calling it the music festival.
People
the LA Music Festival.
Saying he losing it from that clip that I showed. That's why I had put it up, because he confusing the countries. That's why I have.
Did you see him on the roof of the White House?
Yeah, but this is also what people are worried about, because Trump is threatening to do this in a lot of places.
And we're going to have the same thing here. But then I'm going to look at New York in a little while. Let's do this. Let's do this together. Let's see. It's going to go pretty quickly. And if we need to, we're going to do the same thing in Chicago, which is a disaster. We have a mayor there who's totally incompetent. He's an incompetent man. And we have an incompetent governor there. Pritzker's an incompetent. His family threw him out of the business, and he ran for governor. And now I understand he wants to be president. but I noticed he lost a little weight, so maybe he has a chance. You know, you never know what happens. But Pritzker's a gross incompetent guy, thrown out of the family business. But when I look at Chicago and I look at L.A., if we didn't go to L.A. 3 months ago, L.A. would be burning like the part that didn't burn. If he would have allowed the water to come down, which I told him about in my first term, I said, you're going to have problems. Let it come down. We actually sent in our military to have the water come down into L.A. They still didn't want it to come down after the fires. But that was it. We have it coming down. But hopefully L.A.'s watching. That mayor also. The city's burning.
So Ken, like Doc, cousin, I think it was Doc. I think that was your cousin that said it in the chat. Like DC is federal, so New York and all these other places aren't federal. Do you think that that's fair for him to do this in other places?
Whether it's fair or not, these are class conversations. So when this is all code words, we're talking about the poor, right? So we can skip all. So now we're going to beef up, make it tighter laws for the poor, right? More harder for the poor. Martial law for the poor. It's not martial law for the rich. It's not martial law for people that got private jets. These are class conversations. So how you change this is you change what's going on in the classes, because everybody's not going to be affected by this. It's just the poor.
Slim, I mean, it may be coming to a city near you. You want the military patrolling your streets?
Hey, I think it's a little bit too late. I mean, he named the perfect cities that it should have been going down in. I'm from New York originally, and I don't want to go back because of the way the crime went up. And hey, let's be real, man. I mean, we was gonna see it in our lifetime. No matter who was in office, I think we was gonna see it the way the country has gotten, regardless. So it's about that time, man. We live in biblical moments, bro. We really live in a biblical time, man, and we got to see that. Seriously.
So, Doc, you think it should be everywhere?
I hate to be the person who sound like I'm supporting Trump. You know what I'm saying? But I think that so many other people have dodged naming a city or naming a specific location. I do think the problem is classes. And obviously, if people are poor, they're going to commit crimes because, you know, they up against having this lifestyle that they feel like they got to do something to change it. And usually committing this crime is the first thing people resort to. So that is for sure a problem. But my thing is, what do they want him to say? I think it's good that he started a conversation. For so many times, we've had presidents up here who refuse to start the conversations in earnest to even say, hey, we need to change the way these cities are doing the crime rate. It was a time when Chicago had like a 40% conviction rate on murders. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, 4 out of 10 murders they were solving. Like, you know, and they were re-electing their mayor. Like, how can you re-elect a mayor who's solving 40% of homicides? That's crazy. So I don't think what he wants to do is the way to do it. But I like that it's a conversation about, you know, just we need to figure out some programs to give people more hope, to give people new initiatives, things that they can look forward to, and then try to, you know, bring this crime down and have a better neighborhood for these people that's in these low income areas.
Well, the
Our
thing
tax
is,
dollars weren't going to Israel, maybe. They could be going for a ballroom, you know. They could be going to us.
Hold on, Heaven. The thing is that the crime is going down, so that's why people are upset with Trump. So they're trying to say it's a distraction. And Heaven, I'm gonna play this for you because you always want to talk about Epstein. So people are saying that this is a distraction from Epstein. So I'm gonna play this clip.
Transparency, but I have to say, Maria, I laugh at the Democrats who are now all of a sudden so interested in the Epstein files. For 4 years, Joe Biden and the Democrats did absolutely nothing about this story. We know that Jeffrey Epstein had a lot of connections with left-wing politicians and left-wing billionaires, and now President Trump has demanded full transparency from this, and yet somehow the Democrats are attacking him and not the Biden administration, which did nothing for 4 years.
Was it the right move for Comer to send subpoenas to the Clintons?
It absolutely was, and it drives home how, while the Democrats have tried to make this Epstein thing about anything but, the fact that Democrat billionaires and Democrat political leaders went to Epstein Island all the time, who knows what they did, but it's totally reasonable to ask these questions. What you saw in the House's subpoena is they are trying to investigate all of the things related to this particular case. I know a lot of Americans want answers. I certainly want answers. And I think James Comer and the team of the House, they're doing the right thing. And of course, we know that Clinton, or allegedly he went to the island 26 times, 28 times. Totally appropriate for Comer to be asking what was going on at that island.
Let me get your...
Heaven, is this a distraction from the Epstein list?
That, and they're trying to, or just did, make the legal adult age to be 14 to be married. So that's something we might want to keep an eye on too, because then you're having 14-year-olds because of this teen crime.
Oh, you're talking about arrested. They're making it 14 to be arrested and charged as an adult. That's what you're talking about.
And married as well. They're yeah. It's pretty bad. I think that both Democrats and Republicans are on the list. I think they're all on the list. And then if they're not on the list, they're protecting someone on the list. And every single one of them needs to get out. Every single one of them. They're clearly not taking our tax dollars and taking care of us, or we wouldn't be so poor and people wouldn't be sick and dying and there wouldn't be so much violent crime if we had actual leadership. None of these presidents have been actual leaders. I know us with our military training, I don't know if any of y'all went to like any leadership training courses, but they know how to lead. You know, as a soldier, how to take care of your soldiers if you got them underneath you.
Well, the Republicans' defense of this is that it was an Obama judge that blocked the information from the jury coming out. So I want you guys to hear this.
Appointed judge just blocked the Trump administration from releasing and unsealing the Epstein grand jury transcripts. Now, this comes right after Donald Trump publicly asked Pam Bondi to seek the release of these files because he got so much backlash from his own supporters for not wanting to do so. So we know that the pressure worked. I'll be doing a more thorough and in-depth video explaining.
Slim, so does Obama have something to do with this? Is the Obama judge trying to block Epstein? What's your thoughts on this? Does it matter that it's an Obama judge?
Everything matters with Obama, man. There's a lot of things going on with that brother. And whatever come out, let it come out. Do I believe Trump is involved with the Epstein files? Nah. Do I believe they protected somebody in power? Probably. But at the end of the day, whatever is the truth is going to come out. And I'm with Heather on this one. Whoever's basically implicated needs to go down. That's just what it is. The American people waited so long, and the information needs to be released. I'm not worried about it as far as my president goes, but I am excited to see who's on the list.
Heaven, does it matter that it's an Obama judge? Do you feel like that?
Slim.
Mm-hmm.
Slim.
What's up?
They're best friends. They were besties.
Nah.
They were best friends. Best friends. Slim.
When Epstein got the island, Trump wasn't talking to Epstein.
Get it together though. Come on, work with me real quick. They were besties.
Nah, that don't
He
mean
even
that.
said he likes them young. Slim.
Nah.
I know that's your president. I know it is.
Term president.
I know.
He
And
ran the
if you
country.
take all of his policies and put it up with someone else that
Yeah.
wasn't Jeffrey Epstein's best friend, he could be a president too. Because if you agree with all of his policies, that's fine. But Slim, they were best friends. Okay, right. They were all besties.
I was worried about the
Why is
Epstein
that?
file for 4 years.
But who was Epstein's father?
No, I said I was worried about
And
the
who did he
file
work for?
for 4 years.
Let's talk about Mossad.
All right, I'm gonna go to the next person. Doc, what do you think about this whole Epstein thing? Because Harry Enton basically said that this is nothing, no one cares about it from CNN.
I think the problem is, and the problem people care is because Trump said he would do it. To me, it don't really matter. I don't think if they released the Epstein files at 9:30 tonight, I wouldn't wake up for it. You know what I'm saying? I would still be asleep because I got to work in the morning. I think it's so many other pressing matters in the country, and it's so many things that they got to do. Do I think Trump is somewhere on that Epstein list? Probably. I mean, he in the pictures, they said they hung out, they was partners. But do that mean he was doing everything? Some of my partners do cocaine. I ain't got nothing to do with me. You laughing because you know I'm telling the truth. I don't play with no cocaine. But that just go to show that some people would do something that you won't do. Some people are into stuff that you're not into. And even though we partners, I might be like, yo, that's not my bag. You know what I'm saying? But do I think they own that? Probably, maybe. I don't know what he did. But I think it's so many other pressing things in the country. And I think they just use that list as a way to get back out of, I don't know if he's doing positive things in the other spaces either all the time, but they use that as like a fallback to discredit him. And I think he brought that on himself because he decided he was gonna say he would do it. So no, none of my partners ain't pedophiles, but we don't hang out with your cousins.
Ken, what's your whole thoughts on the Epstein thing?
Cocaine and pedophilia are two different things, Doc.
Yeah,
but that's just anything. Like I just won't do certain things. Like I'm a man. If another man do something, that don't move me.
But if another man messing around with kids, are you gonna be friends with him?
Nah, for sure not.
I mean,
but
right.
I ain't got $1 billion. I ain't got $1 billion either. I ain't got $1 billion either. When they get $1 billion, they seem to be doing.
You got a weird case. Stuff. Why is he around? Hello.
Hey, when they get $1 billion, they seem to be doing weird stuff. I ain't let nobody fuck my girl and film it and come in the next room like Diddy. But you know what I'm saying? They getting weird when they get that bag. You know what I'm saying? I just not gonna be.
I could get a bag in a bag. I could have all that money and still not do weird stuff. I'm just saying. Would you do weird stuff if you had that kind of money?
But I think these dudes have sold their soul for this money. So they have become willing to associate themselves with people of low character and low morals in order to keep this power that they've attained through this money. With kids is and that's just not me, but I ain't got no $1 billion either. You feel me?
But you ain't gonna hang around. Even if you had $1 billion, you're not gonna hang around people who do that.
That look like that's the game.
So it's different than cocaine. I'm just saying.
For sure. Kim, what's your thoughts on Epstein?
So it's 2,781 billionaires globally. 2,781 out of billions of people, right? That's a club. Everybody knows everybody's behavior, right? And to even be in that club, you participate in something. Pimps know pimps. All the hoopers know the hoopers. And the street cats know the street cats. Everybody dates the same women. Y'all go to the same clubs. Y'all do the same shit. Get the same cars. And different groups have a specific behavior in their group, right? In this group, if you are a billionaire, right? Even if somebody is our favorite, yeah, you play in them spaces. Even if that's a favorite, whether it's Trump, Elon, just by you being there, your initiation is you playing them spaces. They all know each other. They all hang with each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't play favorites, right? It's a specific psychology that goes along with it, right? Now, when they release the files, it doesn't matter if all the people get arrested. It's a system because those people will move out, and then the next people that have been groomed for the behavior, now they will have that time. And you won't know about the new shit until 100 years later. what are the people going to do? It's all about the people, right? Because if we still participate in the systems, it don't matter. So we'll just get a small little win, but the people behavior ain't going to change. It's up for the people to put pressure on the system and make them change, but we have to change. So it don't matter if they release a list if we stay the same.
For sure. So it was a great show. Ken, I'm gonna have you do your final thoughts first. Ken is the newest member of the new party, and especially on the man cave. So Ken, what's your final thoughts?
All this stuff is WWF. That's why you see when you hear them talking, oh, Democrats, Republicans, and we're just trained in the binary, and then we choose a side. You know what I mean? Who look the best, or who say the most wittiest shit, or who has the most charisma. But it's WWF at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? This is the ruling class talking to the people at the bottom, and the people at the bottom are picking sides of the ruling class. All we got is us at the end of the day, right? If people want things to change, you don't put that in the hands of the government. You don't put that in the hands of the ruling class. They're never going to give up power. You got to take it, right? So these conversations be fun, but nothing changes until the people decide that it changes.
For sure. Heaven, what's your final thoughts? You're muted.
I'm gonna bounce off Ken's final thoughts because when the people are done, the people will react and respond to what's going on. And we need real leadership in this country on all levels, not this WWE, whatever play acting stuff they got going on here. It's the right wing and the left wing of the same fascist bird that keeps us all poor and sick and hungry and struggling. So we fight each other and kill each other. But if we come together and do things that better everyone, we don't need them. We'll have each other.
For sure, for sure. Slim, what's your final thoughts?
Oh man, I'm gonna sit back and say something bad about my president. I'm gonna just say he's a snitch because he actually gave information to the prosecutors that helped Jeffrey Epstein get convicted. You can actually look that up as well. So that's another reason why I don't believe he's on those tapes or involved with no list. But with that being said, great show. The new party, Man Cave, every Monday and Wednesday. If you listen to music, 85 Slim on all platforms. Much love.
Most definitely. Doc, what's your final thoughts?
Damn, I kind of came off as a Trump stan today. I'm not a Trump stan. I'm not an Obama stan. I'm not on either side. I think all people should vote for what's in the best interest of regular people in America. And we should hold these people accountable and make them do what's right for us. And I hope everybody has a great start off to their week, man. It's a blessing, man. Cave.
Most definitely. I agree with what mostly everybody said as well. And we talked about the family stuff and relationship stuff too. You should also like talk to your people, make sure communication, I feel like, is the best way to solve issues. Tomorrow, we're actually going to have a conservative Republican politician. Her name is P. Ray. She's in Chicago. So we'll be interviewing her tomorrow. So come back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern to check that out. We do this every Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and we're just going to keep bringing y'all great stuff. Thank y'all for watching Man Cave.